Good morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Saturday, April 5th, 2025. Today, I would like you to relax, to mellow out. Okay, put on some Marvin Gaye, country blues, Metallica if that relaxes you. But it is time to detach from emotions, mellow out, and see where the opportunities are. Turn off the stories, turn off the rhetoric, and just look at prices, all right? That's what we want to do this morning, and I think you'll find opportunities if we do that. Let's go. All right, in the spot market, we have got gold down $77 to 3,036, and silver down $2.27 to 29.56. I had predicted a couple of days ago we'd see $2,900 gold. I think we still will. And $30 silver, and gold not falling as fast, silver falling faster, 29.50 under my prediction, and I think a screaming buy this morning. And as we take a look in the markets, I think you'll see that people are buying silver here. In the silver futures market, we've got futures right at the same price, $29.52. That tells me that futures are driving the spot price, and usually there would be a 50-cent differential here. Now that could mean that spot goes down to 29 and futures stay the same, or futures spike back up on Monday. You'll have to decide where you think this market is moving. Let's keep going. All right. In the gold-silver ratio, we are up at 102.58 with silver losing more ground to gold. But as I said, I think gold has got further to fall, and I think silver has fallen. All right. In the 10-year, 10-year at 4 even, and had been as low as 364 back in September of 2024. So we're pushing up here on whatever, a 6 or a 9-month low on the 10-year. People predicting recession. That's what's happening here. In the dollar actually gained ground yesterday, which is kind of surprising given a little reversal in the 10-year, little reversal in the dollar. People, I think, starting to come out of safe havens and perhaps stepping foot back in this stock market. Okay, in the copper price, commodities getting crushed like we're headed into the Great Depression. I would think that is probably overblown. I don't think we're headed back to the Great Depression. But we've had a very destabilizing event, being the tariff news, which I said a few days ago, which everybody thought I was dramatic. Well, now you can see why I was so dramatic. It is significant what's happening in the markets. We are putting up trade barriers, and trade barriers limit economic production and consumption. And, well, you can worry about inflation as well, but nonetheless, commodities are selling off, and commodities are a superior investment to fiat. All right, and commodities probably will outperform stocks as well. Silver is a commodity, and you can see why silver got hit so hard with commodities selling off. But this reminds me of when oil was dropping a few years ago. Oh, I forget what it was. Gosh, I forget the story actually, but remember when when oil went to like negative $40 a barrel because nobody wanted it? This is kind of similar to that. People are selling. Margin calls all over the world. If you think it's just in the U.S. that's falling, well, no, it's everywhere. Looking at the pre-markets, let's see. Well, I don't think these futures are live here, but Extreme Fear Greed Index at 4. So there is panic selling. And that usually foretells a bounce. I think it'll be a bounce to a lower high, and I think these markets will continue to roll over unless something really changes in Washington dramatically, and who knows what's going to come out of Washington tomorrow. Or over the weekend. We could get some stories over the weekend with trade deals being struck. I don't know. That worked for Vietnam yesterday, but there's a lot of damage being done And we'll see what the rhetoric is out of Washington. Nonetheless, the Dow finished at 38,437, biggest two-day drop in just there's only been a handful of times in the stock market where we've had this big a drop this fast. Okay, S&P down 336. That is 6.18%. For those of you that don't know, I've been saying in the chat room that we're getting closer and closer to the circuit breakers kicking in. They kick in at 7%. They close the market for a little while. If it keeps falling, they close it for a longer period, then they close it for the whole day. So we are right on the edge of the precipice here in terms of the stock market rolling over. And the only thing, I think this sell-off for now is probably overblown. The only thing that I worry about is foreign markets are planning on selling our stock market and selling our bonds. I don't know if they were doing that yesterday or not to punish us, but we got very close to circuit breakers at 6% drop on the S&P. And if you're looking for a short-term bounce, I think you could probably buy that here, but not a long-term hold in my opinion. In the economic calendar next week, we really got nothing going on until Thursday, which will be initial jobless claims. So everyone will be watching the stock market, and we could even have a dip on the open as people look at their accounts and realize they've given up a year of gains in a few days. And now we're working on the second year of gains here. Some people will be selling on Monday, but I find it very interesting that this crash occurred right after the first quarter 401k statements were printed. So people will be getting their 401k statements and everything will look rosy while in real time the wheels are absolutely falling off the bus. Okay, let's get on to the deals here. I have a lot to tell you, and if you're shopping this morning, I recommend you do. But I would not be shopping for gold. I think gold has further to fall. I would be shopping for silver. The silver move, in my opinion, is well overblown. Again, unless we're headed into depression, all right? Unless the world is going to change in a dramatic way over the next few days, I think silver is a buy here. And I will tell you, many of the silver deals are sold out. All right, and if you try to find silver eagles at some of the coin shops I recommend, you'll find they don't have any. All right, so I think you got to look out into the future a couple of months here, and I think silver eagles are the play, and I think people are buying them up like hotcakes. And I could be wrong about that, but you'll see evidence as we move through some of the listings. But nonetheless, let's do gold because gold is cheaper, and you may want to pick it up today. You can pick up a gold back at bullion exchanges for $3. They also have 100 Corona here. Let's see, is that a Corona? I think it is, for $36.79 over at bullion exchanges if you just want to pick up some gold today and you only believe in that. 1 gram gold is now 108 at SD Bullion. And the new customer deal at bullion.com, $98 for a gram of gold. You can buy that anytime. That's a good buy. A 1/10 gold eagle this morning is $3.40. A 1/10 maple is $3.36. A 5 gram bar, if you're going metric to try to get a cheaper price on gold, $5.12 in assay at Monument Metals. You can do the math on that. Divide by 5, multiply by 31.1. Quarter ounce Krugerrand, $8.02 at Summit Metals. $5 commemorative, good alternative to a quarter ounce gold eagle, $7.58 at APMEX. Any quantity pricing on that. Half ounce gold eagle at Summit, $1,578. Half ounce maple at Summit, $1,592. Half ounce Britannia at Monument Metals, $1,590. These are all BU coins unless I say otherwise. Half ounce Krugerrand, $1,578 at Summit Metals. And we'll skip the 20 gram and go to the gold eagle. Here's a gold eagle for $3,135. But hold the phone. If you get over to Walmart, and let's see if we can find this today. Yeah, here we go. Get out of here, Rakuten. 31.65 at Walmart. Now, you know I recommend the 3% rebate credit card. If you don't have one, please go get one. Don't run a balance, pay it off, okay? The PayPal credit card, the American Express Clear Blue Cash credit card, links on my website, bestsilvergolddeals.com. Yes, it's all totally free. And pick those up. You'll get 3% off on this by checking out through PayPal, and you'll be out the door at $3,065 on a Gold Eagle. Costco is kaput. Okay, we are done with Costco. There's nothing up there. They're probably going broke on their silver and gold holdings, if they had any at all. This is why, you know, these deals change, opportunities change. One day it's Walmart, the next day it's Costco, then it is, you know, maybe a coin dealer that I recommend, then it is somewhere else, and then there's eBay bucks, and then there aren't eBay bucks. They close the deal, the loopholes close eventually. Okay, Costco was a loophole. I hope that you were taking advantage of it, and we'll find the next one. We always do. But these things don't last forever. Okay, people want precious metals for reasons too obvious to even explain. Let's keep going here. Let's go to Gold Buffalo, 3,148 at Summit, and I think we'll beat a lot of these prices when we shop on eBay with those credit cards. A 1-ounce gold maple is 3,113 at Summit Metals. A 1-ounce gold Britannia is 3,092 at bullion exchanges. A double eagle, AU St. Gaudens double eagle, my very favorite double eagle in the world, although it's not a full ounce of gold, 3,031 at SD bullion. A Krugerrand, the cheapy cheap of the foreign sovereign gold coins, 3,071 at Summit. But let's check eBay before you buy that. A 20 franc from my friend Silver Hair Stacker, 580, who was buying those all day long at 300 bucks, and you're buying them at 580 today. In 10 years or 20 years, when you're in retirement, you'll say to your friends, I was buying Roosters and Helvetia coins at 580, and look now, they're $1,000. Okay, that's how you supplement your retirement like a pro. Yeah, don't put it in fiat. Okay, and gold in assay, 1-ounce gold bar is now 3,091 at Hero Bullion. And moving on to the Platinum Eagle, I didn't check that this morning, and I confess it is 1,116. Look at that, $1,000 Platinum Eagles, guys. Platinum headed back to $900. It seems like it travels. If you want more evidence, we're approaching a bottom here. You just watch platinum, you know, put a chart together with silver and platinum, and watch platinum go to $1,000 and silver go to a high and then fall. And then watch platinum go to $900 and silver fall to a low and then rise. Okay, we're at the bottom end of that range now for obvious reasons. Will they stop making cars? No, they won't stop making cars and trucks. But right now, commodities are the booby prize. Okay, random platinum coin is now 1,022 at SD bullion, but the buy-sell spread, something I talk about all the time, is very high on platinum, so I don't know that I would buy physical platinum here. Okay, let's get on to Silver Eagles, and best deal, 34.13 at Summit Metals for a backdate BU Eagle. In a quantity of 20, you can still get these at Pinehurst for $33.19, and that is about $370 over spot. You want to get a monster box? $32.89. This is a decent place to buy your Eagles this morning, but I have another deal I think I like better. Okay, and over at Walmart, no, I don't think I like the deal at Walmart this morning. Let's see, $6.92 puts you at about 34 a coin out the door. I believe that Pinehurst deal was way cheaper. So no, you want Walmart for gold this morning, not for silver. And off quality, you can pick these up at Monument Metals for $32.56, $32.26 in a quantity of 20, $31.96 in a quantity of 100. But I like my eBay deal better on the off-quality Eagles. And I think you could interchangeably buy off-quality and BU Eagles right now. With dealers running out of BU Eagles, I may go to the culls. Okay, let's go. My green light is on. It's screaming green for silver. I think gold is going to drop. I think you could play the GSR here, and you could, dump some gold and pick up a big batch of silver eagles at the cheapest price you could find. You'll lose a little money on that because of silver eagle premiums, but and you might lose 2% out the door on your gold sales. But this is the time to do that. The GSR can go to 110, it can go to 115, it can go to 120. But last time it went to 120, it was literally the end of the world, a worldwide global pandemic. And so I don't see 120 coming. I like 103 just fine here. Okay, and I could also be wrong. It's not financial advice, guys. Okay, there's going to be lots of stories in the market, lots of people saying buy, lots of people saying sell. I don't know, just turn them all off. Just look at numbers. Put that Marvin Gaye record on and just chill and find some deals if you have some money left. If you lost some money, and I lost a lot of money over the last few days with my big old stack, it's okay. It's going to come back. All right. And I don't know if it'll come back in a day or a week, but do not get discouraged here. People are going to need silver and they're going to want gold. Okay, let's go on to maples. A silver maple is $33.79 at Golden Eagle. Not a bad place to buy those. Those are BU. Kangaroo is $32.50 over at Summit Metals. Also not a terrible price. And a lot of the silver deals sold out. I mean, people are cleaning out. I'm finding the lowest deals I can find, and I think about half of my listings were sold out this morning. I only update the website in the early mornings every day, and I'm telling you, people are buying silver, okay? They are buying it, and you may not see that maybe locally, but they're picking up the cheap stuff. The good stuff and the cheap stuff. $32.25 for a silver Britannia over at Summit Metals. Let's do a Krugerrand. Those are $32.72 at Monument Metals. Philharmonics, I can't find a good deal. Libertads have sold out. The 2024 Libertads were going for $39, and they are gone now, but you can still pick up the 5 ounce if you want that for $179. That's $5 cheaper than I paid. But the mintage is high on libs. Check my mintages right here. 2024 is not going to be a great year for Libertads, although they always hold their value. Okay, and moving on to Costco, there ain't nothing there. There ain't nothing there. Costco going down. Okay, junk is a pretty good deal here at 22.1 times face for Benji's over at Monument Metals. 22.1 with my cheat sheet here will put you at about $31 melt. So about 30. No, it's about $1.50 over melt, huh? Okay, so I guess junk in relation to spot premiums have risen on that, even though the price is cheaper. All right, let's keep going here. Mercs are going to be a little bit more. The 20-round deal at spot is out again. It keeps going out and coming back over at bullion exchanges. In a tube of 20, Pinehurst has got buffaloes for $30.54, just $1 over spot. Beautiful sunshine mint buffaloes right there. You're going to like those. Very nicely made. All right, let's keep going here. And if you're looking for a kilo can be had for $9.96 this morning at Monument Metals. And that's going to be a little bit over spot right there, maybe $1 over. And the Perth Mint deal, okay, still up, $9.99 at SD Bullion. How many of these they got less? They had like 300 the other day. This is a good deal, and you may or may not get a good coin. I can't promise that. And they have got 280. Oh, they still got a bunch of these. So people are looking for bars, not coins, and that may be the time to find some of these unloved collectible kilos. You might get the lunar, and you might get the kookaburras. Somebody reminded me that the dragon coin is a lunar coin, but I think it's more of a one-off lunar. That was never in their regular rotation of cute furry animals before. So I'm not sure. There's a premium on the dragon, I'll just say that. Hopefully you get the dragon. Second place, hopefully you get the kook. Third place, the lunars. I don't like putting my money in lunars anymore. That series is lingering. They're hard to sell. Okay, and when you get that, you may get a scratch capsule. and you can ask them for a new one. They may honor that. You may get a scratched coin, in which case they're going to charge you 35 bucks to restock it. So this is SD bullion, and they can be a pain in the butt sometimes. So you're kind of rolling the dice on that, hoping, hoping you get something good. But it's a great price. I will not deny it's a great price. Okay, we are on to eBay, and let's see how cheap stuff got on eBay. I don't know, pocket pinger, 35 bucks if you need one of those. Okay, Silver Eagles, and let's get on to the Silver Eagles in the tube. Okay, 685 is 34.25, 33.25 out the door. That is about 375 over spot right there from Pinehurst if you have a 3% rebate credit card. Let's go on to the big deals, and this is where I think the heavy hitters are going to want to focus this morning. All right, I just like this deal here, and they probably are posting the worst pictures they can possibly post. This is Liberty Coin. It's a good seller. There's a $10 off coupon as well. 31.84. I'm just going to do the math on this because I'm thinking about buying this myself. 31.84 times 0.97. 30.88 puts you $1.38 over spot for Cull Eagles. It's 100 Cull Eagles. That's a lot. But I'm thinking about buying this. And what would I do with these? Well, hell, I'd fill up the bathtop with steaming hot water. I'd put tinfoil in there and 5 pounds of baking soda. I'd give these babies a bath. Now, I wouldn't sell them as BU, but I'd clean those things right up. And you'd have Eagles for, what did I say, $1.30 over spot? I'm thinking about buying this one because I can't find a smoking deal on BU Eagles. That's not a bad deal, and that may treat you well. The buy-sell spread on Cull Eagles is pretty good at places like Vermilion. So there you go. And you can't buy any Silver Eagles at Vermilion or Coinhuskers right now. They are out. Go to your coin shop. Ask them if they have any backdate Eagles. Okay, and if your coin shop has some and they're charging 5 over, you can see what's happening here. Okay, I like the Silver Eagle deal, and I'm thinking about that. Okay, let's do the rotation of Maples. Might be cheaper here. 844 for 25, and Britannia's 812, and Kangaroos are 805 for 25, and Krugerrands are 828. So we will go back to the 805 listing from Pinehurst. Good seller, good feedback. Don't buy from small sellers, okay? Or sellers with poor feedback. 805, well, let's just do the math. We'll slow down for this. You may want to buy these. 805 divided by 25. First price is $32.20 times 0.97 with the PayPal card or the American Express Clear Blue Cash. Check out through PayPal. $31.23 for Kangaroos. That'd put you $1.73 over spot for BU 2024 Kangaroos. Okay, that's a good deal as well, but I'm really thinking Eagles right now, guys. But you could buy that all day long, and you'll have a nice low basis on your Kangaroos there, if we don't keep falling. Okay, junk in the trunk this morning, and we are getting that for $10 face. Just roll down here till you find a $10 face listing, and almost there, $10 face, 23 times. Out the door would be about 22. Whoa, wait a minute. 23 times face, and then 75 cents off would put you at 22.55, maybe 22.50 or something times face. Okay, that's that deal right there if you like that. I don't recall what the dealer price. That may be pretty close to that dealer price right there. Let's how about a bigger lot for you heavy hitters, and not a bad time to buy junk. If you can't find Eagles, find junk, guys. We don't want the slicks and the holes and the damaged. Right there, 22.23. Oh, they're going to be dimes as well. Notice the dealers sell out of dimes first, and then they've got quarters and halves, and they sell a lot of halves second, and then they got quarters, okay? So that's because there can be slight premiums between dimes and halves, and of course mercs, etc. But here's a good deal for you right here. 22.2 times face. They have dates, they're dimes, and then that would be 21.5 times face, guys, for junk. Okay, that is a righteous deal right there. You can buy that right now. And 21.5, let's go back up to the thing. You've got to be calculating about this. 21.5 on the junk cheat sheet is going to put you at about $30.40. You'd be about 90 cents over spot for junk. And that's a good deal. That's just a smoking good deal, guys. So there you go. There's junk. Let's get back to eBay and see what else we want to buy here. I'll skip the Carson Cities and the Morgans this morning, and we'll go to a kilo. And the cheapest kilo, 1,008, 30 bucks off, would put you at about 9.88 out the door. Good price on a kilo, random. Silver is silver, nice. Okay, we did good on the kilos. Here's the vintage bar of the day. This is a Rio Grande bar, and it's not too much over spot here at $2.35 for a 5-ounce bar. 5-ounce bars often carry higher premiums in the vintage market than 10-ounce bars. Rio Grande is a nice collectible bar, and that is a straight, 5.19, so it's even an odd weight. Odd weights usually have higher value than straight weights. So very nice, very nice. I would buy that for my vintage bar collection. I don't actually have one of those. So if you're putting together that vintage bar collection with the blood in the streets, maybe that's a good buy for you. Kilo Kook this morning can be had for $11.02. Tuba Kooks can be had for 35 a coin, 34 a coin out the door. Tuba Kooks, always a good choice. Let's see, unlike the Lunars, which I don't know what happened to the Lunar series. Large lot of 1-ounce rounds can be had for $31.24, $30.24 out the door. Stackable Morgans, 75 cents over spot with a 3% credit card. That old cowboy round, how cheap is it? It is now, whoa, did that come down a lot? $32.50, $32.65, $31.65 out the door for the cowboy round. This is why you don't want to get too fancy with collector silver. Some people paid $36, $37 for this, and I know we've had a big hit, but now it's trading like bullion, guys. That's what happens with collector coins. You know, play that market if you want, but you know it's treacherous. Okay, 100-ounce bar can be had. Let's see if there's something here I want to buy. 31.11, about 3,011 out the door, 60 cents over spot. Big old bar, melt that down, turn it into shot, you'll have an instant profit. Okay, I'm going to skip the Morgans and the peace dollars this morning. Go to 1 gram gold. For you gold buyers, 108, 105 out the door. Random 1/10 ounce gold is going to be 335, 325 out the door. Random 1/4 ounce gold is going to be, let's do the Krugerrand. What's that? What's that? What's that? Pamp, 1/4 ounce Statue of Liberty. Well, that may be something there. It is a good seller, only fair feedback. This is 4 nines gold, 1/4 ounce proof, collectible Solomon Islands. Well, let's see, 808, then you're going to take 25 bucks off. You'll be at 785 for a 1/4 ounce, 785. Not a bad price there if you want to trust that seller. Yeah, probably could trust that seller. Let's keep going here. You may want the Krugerrand for 810, and that would be, I don't know, 780 out the door, something like that. How would 780 compare to 1/4 ounce Krugerrand, cheapest price from the big dealers? 780 compared to, where are you, little Krug? 780 compared to 802, you're going to save 22 bucks a coin, if I did my math correctly. So that is, let's get into this one, make sure it's good. It is a BU, yeah, great deal right there. If you're buying gold this morning, well under market. Okay, let's keep going. Keep our wits about us, huh? Okay, let's keep going here. Let's go on to a 1/2 ounce gold eagle. Oh, I went to the wrong place. I'm sorry. I always do that. If you're shopping, I hope you're shopping, but I'd be shopping for silver. And here we go, we got the pain, now we got to get ready for the gain in the future. All right, and let's do the half ounce gold maple, I guess. Okay, half ounce gold maple is 16.24, and then you'll be at 50 bucks off. You'll be at 15.75 on a half ounce gold maple. That's going to beat the dealers. All these are going to beat the dealers. On eBay, the bigger the gold, the bigger the savings with that 3% card. PayPal rebates are unlimited, by the way. Let's see if JM Bullion's got this out of stock. Yeah, wasting our time again. Here's another Gold Eagle. Looks like a small seller. Yeah, too small for me. I'm going to keep going here. Here is a bigger seller in stock. Good seller, good feedback. 3,200 for a Gold Eagle. Now, on this one, you're going to take $100 off. You'll be at a 3,100 Gold Eagle. 3,100 compared to, if you're buying gold, if you got money left, 3,100, nothing up at Costco. 3,100 Gold Eagle is going to be, pardon my scrolling here, 3,100 Gold Eagle is going to be $35 cheaper than the dealer. And let's check Walmart again. And they are going to be, no, Walmart still beats that. If you like Walmart, sometimes they try to charge you sales tax. Click away if they do that. Don't hassle that. But the Walmart deal will be cheaper at about $30.65 versus $3,100 for the eBay deal, which is this one right here. But still, that's a smoking deal if you don't like Walmart or they charge you sales tax or you're scared for some reason of that deal. This would be the next best deal for a nice Gold Eagle. Okay, let's keep going here. I don't know. It's hard to convince everybody that eBay is a place to buy gold. If you worry about shipping practices, you're protected nowhere better than eBay because they favor the buyer, okay? The only exception to that I've ever seen, with them not covering a purchase like that gets lost in the mail, is when there's actual fraud at the USPS, when there is like a carrier that's forging signatures and then they disappear, and then you got to go through the inquiry process at the USPS. That's like a 1 in 500 possibility. Okay, generally you're going to get your metals, guys. Okay, so that's all I'll say about that. If you're fearful of having your metal shipped to you, you're pretty well protected on eBay, I'll tell you that. At the dealers, you're pretty well protected as well. And when Vermillion talks about fraud in the shipping industry and losses, he's talking about from the seller's perspective. Okay, and recognize he bears the loss when they lose gold. Now, are people looking for big, heavy packages? Are carriers looking for big, heavy packages and where they're being delivered and then targeting you for a home invasion? I suppose that's possible. Okay, I won't discount that, and maybe you want to go to your LCS. But if I got to pay, significantly more for my metals, I'm going to go online. I'm just going to go that way. You may want to do that differently. You may want to find a cheaper LCS in your area, but I don't know. I think that fear is just a little bit overblown, and I think that is driven by financial concerns on his part, not so much on concerns from the buyer's part. But I could be wrong. You can worry about that if you want. Okay, we did the gold. What else do we got to do here? Hey, you getting your boxes of nickels? You still get your boxes of nickels for a nickel each. They got plenty of copper, plenty of nickel in them. But yeah, copper really got kneecapped. Wow, that was crazy. So what's happened with like Freeport McMoran and companies like that? You may want to buy something like that right here in this market sell-off. I don't know. It sucks. What can I say? It was a poopy day on Friday. Okay, here's Vermillion. He's got great sell prices and great buy prices when he's not out. But he's out of Eagles right now. Here's Minot, also a good place. Here's Coinhuskers, also out of Eagles right now. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Does that mean people are fearful because silver's in the 29s and they're going to run away and hide and whatnot? No, it tells you that the calm people are buying silver. What silver are they buying? They're buying the best silver in the world, the American Silver Eagle. And you may want to go cheap and get rounds. I don't discount that. That's okay too. But that's what's happening. That's what's happening. You're going to see these inventories dwindle if we stay at these levels. Anything short of depression or something absolutely nutty coming out of the government, like a default on U.S. debt, or I don't know what they've got up their sleeves, man. This is just the Wild West in Washington here. All three dealers are worth checking out, but do check their shipping charges. Here's a way to support my channel with a subscription to Bolden, a cup of coffee, or join my membership channel. And some of you taking advantage of my silver bars in the membership community. I thank each and every one of you for being channel members, and yeah, I hope you enjoy those bars. Okay, and here we go. Amazon's got some good stuff you may want. And is there anything else we want to see here? I may want to check the buy prices over at JM Bullion at some point. What are they paying now? 25 bucks for a silver round? I won't do it right now. Okay, and the chat room, a lot of smart people in there doing a lot of smart stuff. I highly recommend you get into the chat room and ask your question. The newbies are absolutely welcome. We take joy, you know, those of us that are out of cash and whatnot, we take joy in recommending, in giving our advice to new stackers. It's not a toxic place, hopefully, and hopefully you'll feel welcome there, and there's some really good people in the chat room, so come on out in, chat it up. You can always get a hold of me at losinglouis@yahoo.com. You can reply to these comments. I read every single one and try to reply to most, or many anyway, and you can also chat it up in the chat room. I usually find when you put my name in there at the header of the chat, and send me a message through this website. You know, any way you want to talk, you know, let me know what you're thinking. If you're thinking trade gold for silver, you're thinking straight. I think gold's got further to drop. I'm holding to my $2,900 price target on gold, and I'm holding to my $30 price target on silver. Why? Because I just scratched my ass, and that's what I think. Okay, but you know, that's why you came here. Maybe you just came here for the deals and you don't want to know what I think. And either way is fine with me, but that's what I think. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you do some buying this weekend. Or if not, sit back, listen to that Marvin Gaye record, rock out to Metallica, chill, turn off YouTube, turn off CNBC. People lost, what, like $1 trillion over the last couple days in the stock market, and that's kind of where we're at, okay? World on fire. But rhetoric changes, stories change, and they change so much more quickly than you think they will. So yes, I think this is really bad what's happening right now. But it is a solid way to get interest rates back to zero if that's the goal, and that's a solid way to bring down the deficit if you're not paying, you know, 4% interest on your treasuries, and that could be a good thing long term, and then we hyperinflate. But we got to get over that Grand Canyon before we get to the hyperinflation story. And for people on limited incomes, I think you're going to be cursing Washington in the very near future as the price of everything rises. But that story, again, it may change very, very fast. So just watch the numbers. Watch the numbers, use the GSR to your advantage, and realize tangible assets are better than fiat. And that's what I think. Okay, guys, let me know your opinion. Sorry, no question of the day today. There's plenty to think about right here. And take action would be my advice. Thanks, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.